Hey there, it's day 31 of 30 plus 1 days of essential oils. My name is Tammy. I'm your mentor and guide and really appreciate you all during this time. And I look forward to doing more. It's actually taught me a lot. For those of you who have just tuned in, thank you. For those of you who've been with me, thank you. But yeah, it really has taught me a lot. And what I mean by that is the intention was never to just parrot what you can find on other websites or and books. This comes to you with extensive background in epigenetics. I am actually internationally certified as a master clinical aromatherapist. I do also have a background in pharmacology and have done extensive research on plant constituents and their effect on human health, as well as their involvement in drug development. And that all factors into this. So what you get here is my own personal insight and often in experience of ways I've used oils. And so yeah, that's why this is different. And the reason why I've learned so much is because it really actually helped me get in touch with what matters most to me about the oils. And truthfully, as I really want to be, I enjoy teaching and sharing this information, because the fact is that they are available to us, and the more we understand them, the better off our health is, and the better off our children's future is, truthfully, because more and more people are using oils and understanding how they impact our health, short term as well as long term. And there's a lot of oils that we just don't want to use on a regular, ongoing basis. You want to mix them up. It's simply because the epigenome changes. It changes from day to day. It changes from moment to moment. And I say this all the time because we have internal processes that are happening, and so our chemistry is constantly changing, and the way the chemistry changes is through alterations along the epigenome. That's methylation. The reason why we end up with diseases and illnesses is because, well, with the exception of being exposed, I'm talking about chronic health and degenerative disease, when we end up with those because the body's been consistently stressed for years at the cellular level. And when the body's consistently stressed at that level, it shuts down a lot of the it prevents the body's ability to thrive, is how I want to say that, because digestion slows down, lymph slows down, the immune system acts up, it alters our mental health. It's a world of change that occurs when this is going on a yearly basis. And it's also important to remember that mental health does impact our physical health, because every neurochemical that's produced is used throughout the entire body. They're converted, and and there we go. There's more changes that are occurring for the purpose of digestion, heart health, heart function, respiration, kidney function, muscle movement, tissue repair. I mean, just little micro movements. When you walk across the room, or if you go to do some yoga or whatever you're doing, you're stretching muscle fibers are tearing, and therefore the body has to go back and repair it. So this is happening at all times, and that's the reason why I share the information like I do. Now, that said, today's oil is a bonus because I covered tangerine in both the 31 days of essential oils that I did back in April and May, and did it again during this month of October. So you get a bonus oil, and today it's oregano. Wasn't really keen on choosing this oil, but I did, and the reason for that is because it's excessively popular. Many people use oregano oil. I can't tell you how many people even people that I meet, and as soon as they hear that I'm an aromatherapist, the first thing I hear is, well, I use my oregano oil every day. I take my oregano oil every day. And what's interesting to me is when I first really started getting involved in the biochemistry and the organic chemistry of the oils, oregano is frequently highlighted as for demonstration purposes of its effectiveness against various bacterium. And So you can see it in petri dishes, and it's effective. And at the same time, you guys, it is high in phenols. Carvacrol is the primary constituent in oregano oil, and carvacrol is a phenol. Now, I did do a video on that back, and I think you can actually find it in 31 Days of Essential Oils. I even wrote a blog piece on that you can find on my website. I'll put that link in the box below. Makes it a little bit easier for you if you would like to read up on it. But phenols, oh, you guys, it's are potentially toxic. And I say this because the body is designed. The body is freaking amazing. It's absolutely amazing because it's designed to survive and it's designed to thrive. Surviving is the stress mechanism. When the stress mechanism has been activated, then we are in survival mode. And that is the reason why we see a lot of disease and disorders. When we are thriving, we're not producing high levels of oxidative stress. The body is actually activating the production of oxidative stress for specific purposes, and then guess what? It deactivates it. Histamine, we have to produce histamine as a means of protecting us against incoming toxins, whether it be bacteria, viral, or allergen, pollen. We produce the histamine to protect us, but then we also have the ability to deactivate it and metabolize it. Estrogen is another example. We need estrogen, as you know, for reproduction purposes, but it's also a signaling molecule that activates the stress mechanism. But it also has to be broken down. So we have the ability to deactivate and then eliminate. Phenols fall into that category. And the reason why is because we produce our own catecholamines, which are phenols. And this is the reason why, but with the buildup of phenols, and that happens when cysteine isn't being converted properly, we start to see higher levels of phenol toxicity. You start to get the dark circles under the eyes, and there's other symptoms that come along with that. Like I said, please watch that video, because if the body is so stressed, hang on a second. I'm going to block this glare, I think. That's better. I've got sun shining in on me and lighting up my face, in my eyes primarily. But like I said, when the body is unable to, when that phenolic pathway has been disrupted as a result of stress, then we start to see other inflammatory reactions occurring. And by taking and using oils that have a lot of phenols on an ongoing basis, we're actually aggravating that, and we're leading to further problems long term. So while oregano is awesome for various types of infections, it's actually really good for a type of parasite that dogs get. You can I'm just thinking here off the top of my head, because I always get asked the question about ingesting it. I would not give a dog oregano oil by capsule. You can, if they do register with parasites, you could always, that's the tough one because the bottom line is I would make a suppository of a little bit of oregano oil and some coconut oil and give them a suppository. That's how I would do it, but you're going to have trouble with that one. So let's just forget about that one for now, shall we? In the meantime, though, it is very good antiviral, antibacterial, even an antifungal, because what it does is it does support nitric oxide synthase production, and but it's also very blood thinning as well. And so what you don't want to mix this. Actually, you don't want to mix it with diabetic medication, and you don't want to mix it with blood thinners because of the way it works. So oregano oil is one that you just want to use for minor issues, from time to time. I realize, like I said, there's a lot of people who keep telling me that they take it and they use it all the time, and I'm like, right now, given the way that the world that we live in and the environmental stressors that we have, which are, I mean, and we're exposed to phenols everywhere. They use phenols in your lip balm. I mean, they're using it in personal, I mean, it wouldn't be as bad if we didn't have phenols being added. That's what BPA is, you know, in your plastics. I mean, if we weren't exposed to so many phenols, the oils wouldn't be that much of a problem. But that means you're going to, if you want to use oregano on a daily basis, then you're going to have to eliminate all the phenols that else. Otherwise, you're aggravating your system even further. So this is how we have to work with the environment. We have the environment that we have. Oregano is available to us, and it's exceptional. It's absolutely exceptional for many types of infections. And yet we don't want to use it. There's no need to use it on a regular basis. None. Trust your body. Know that you're healthy, that your body is, I mean, it's working. Let me say it that way. It's working. If it wasn't working, you wouldn't be watching this. You wouldn't be listening to this. You'd be, you know, not here on the planet. So your body is working. And that's a tough thing for people to wrap their head around, because if they don't feel good and they have chronic health issues, we want to think that there's something wrong. And although it feels like there's something wrong, the fact is your body is working. So to include an oil on a you know, minimally include this kind of oil, you don't, you know, you can, it's not the, I wouldn't recommend it for prevention. I mean, I would only stoop to use, or not stoop, but I would only go to using it when there is an infection of some sort present, and then use it. And then, you know, when I say short term, you know, if you used it for like 7 days and then stopped, that's fine, okay? But you want to make sure that you're doing things that actually help move the lymph system and help the kidneys and help relieve, find other oils that will actually help relieve that stress at the cellular level, so that the body can, there's ways to pair it with other oils. This is actually something that I'm talking about in the epigenetics or essential oils and epigenetics program. And that's, by the way, there's a master class on Saturday in aromatherapy as a lifestyle. That's in the description box below. And if you don't make it to Saturday, or you're watching this after Saturday and you would like to check it out, the video will still be available. So just please request to join that group. There's no cost to join. It's a lot of information. I just keep it private because I just don't want the information searchable on the internet. It's my life's work. But that said, there are ways to pair oregano with other things that, for temporarily, that would support the breakdown of phenols, and as well as protect you from whatever infection you've got going on. But as an ongoing, everyday use, no, it's one that you don't want to due to the phenols. And like I said, please, I'll put that link. The link to the phenol video is in the description box, and the link to the blog is in the description box as well. So you got a lot of information here. Please let me know if there's anything else I can answer about this particular oil, or if you would like to hear about some others. Just let me know. In the meantime, please know how much I appreciate you and sharing this journey with me, because this is my life. This is where my heart is, and I'm very happy to share it with you. Blessings to you until I see you again.